whatever. I messed up. I didn't put the right description on the live, but we're working on some stuff. I'll be working on all that stuff right here. See if I can get this camera to focus and not so bright. All right. I got to work on these next, but right now I'm working on this. Let me get the ticket pulled up. Let me pull up you guys' comments. Alright, so I've got just more and more bird stuff going on right now. I will talk about that here in just a minute. I'm going to hop in on these lives on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and say hello to you guys. Let's go to TikTok. That one out. I've gotten pretty quick at this now. So hello TikTok, hello Facebook and YouTube land. I'll see if I can get this to, maybe it's the camera real quick. Give me just 1 second on TikTok, guys. I gotta clean this camera up on Facebook and YouTube. I think my lens is jacked, it's what it is. Yeah, it looks better, I don't know. So we're gonna pull this back right here. I'm gonna move. These are just some bird movements. I sell bird movements. I sell bird parts. I sell bird line sections. Just to give you guys an idea. It's not just a little bit of bird stuff. I have quite a bit of bird stuff throughout. It's not just a 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. 4 or 5 or 6, or just the little bird stuff, or just slightly bigger bird stuff. I sell them, kind of sell them all. But regardless, back to what I'm doing. Let me put this back. Anybody who wants bird stuff, just let me know. Message this page, or just go to dwinsartsupply.com. A lot of it's on for sale on there already, especially the smaller stuff. The bigger stuff will be put on there shortly, but it is what it is. So let me move all this stuff. I got a lot of stuff to get put together, but let's try to stay focused. I'm very close. I've got a couple things left to do. I got to ship out some parts. This bird setup I've been waiting quite some time to finish. I don't think I'm going to get as fancy yet. I'm going to probably get fancier with these and do a different setup, I think is what I'm going to do. Just simply because I want to get this thing out the door. I'd love to do more. I've got a whole cool bird thing to show you guys, but I just can't right now. I've got to get this stuff done. I'm trying to figure out where to put all this stuff right now, to be quite honest with you. Just a second. Let me grab these meters and move them out of my way. I don't know if it's not really in a really super safe place, but at least they're out of my way for a minute so I can get some work done. I'm gonna crash that stuff falls. Alright, so what I've done is I've already run several tests on this setup right here. I was going into a dummy load. I can just do a carrier test and show you some stuff. But all I'm just confirming is operation. So just carrier going through. We've got right now not reading good. We can fix that real quick. Oh, no, it's reading fine. Never mind, we're good. Oh, we're fine. So this just shows output. This shows reflect right here. I've got a small reflect slug in line. So I'm going to swap this piece right here from here to this one right here. just to move one other needle over real quick. Just to confirm, this one's moving now, that one's moving there. Everything's working and doing what it's supposed to do. So this is a triple bird meter setup I did. I accidentally finished it off camera, but actually I didn't accidentally do it. I just had to get it done. It was just part of it. If you guys see, it's got a heat kit right here, a 1X, 2X, 5X right here. The customer did not get me to go back through and make it more accurate. You can see the RG400s coming out the back right here. I did RG400 out the back. What I will be doing on future orders is something like this. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture. Not a picture, but like, where did I put them? Uh-oh. Needless to say, it's a fairly simple setup. It's not super complicated, but I thought I had one sitting right here. That's annoying. When you can't find something you know you have, it's very frustrating. I will be showing you guys some more bird stuff very, very soon. I can't show you how I did this, but I did it on another bird setup. So what I did was I made the back quick disconnectable. That's what I did. I will be doing that on future orders, but as of now, this one's going like this. I have to drag a slider to fit the puzzle. Why do I have to do that? Two objects. TikTok's making me verify something. I don't know why. Kicking me out of my daggum sign on or something. Whatever. Yeah, thank you for the birthday wishes for sure. Appreciate you, 93 out of Central Cal. Copy the Get Low. Thanks for going live. Yeah, I appreciate you for sure. Waving a hand, 1137. Waving a hand, Rudy. Skyjack, hope you're doing well. Thank you, man. No comment on one. It's only been 6 minutes. I've been doing some other stuff. So, this is complete. We've got this order done. Keep me signed in here. Good Lord, everything's trying to sign me out. So, I'm going to go to my orders real quick. It's going to be right over here. Payments and invoices. Orders, there it is. Okay. So, I've got orders right here. I'm going to look this up and make sure I've finished everything on this customer's order list. So what this customer ordered, they ordered 2 bird meter movements. They ordered the case. They ordered a dual line section. Okay, so let me get that straightened out. I didn't actually pay attention to that. So I have a dual line section for them here. They ordered this dual line section right here. They ordered 2 of these coaxes in that order. They ordered that heat kit right there. And they ordered over here a 7/16 DIN connector and a male UHF connector. So that was complete on that order. They made another order and added to their order. They added another piece of RG400 and another meter, and they added a male and another a female SO239, and they ordered another bird meter movement. So their entire order is complete. This is actually not part of their order. Their whole order is right here. So that's got all their pieces. So this is what they ordered. This is their setup, and that's how it goes right there. So they can connect that how they like. I've confirmed all the bird meters work. Everything's good to go. So this is getting put together into an order. Of course, I can show you guys this meter and this meter's working, and also I just checked that meter in the middle. I could wire all 3 of them up, but I don't have the time right now. I'm going to be doing a much more in-depth bird setup very soon. You guys saw all those meters, and as soon as I finish all this 7/8, I got to get the 7/8 done because it's an order that's on the way. I got to get it complete. I will be doing a few, not just one. I'll be powering on this right here. So I'll be using, let me change the camera angle up a little higher so you guys can see. I'll be doing camera angle a little higher. This digital bird, this digital bird, this analog bird, this analog bird, this analog bird, versus, or along with, this digital bird setup right here. So I'll be doing 2 of these right here because I've got 2 meters to test. This is the version 2 or the Gen 2 or version 2. This is not the version 1. I will be doing a video on that here pretty soon. I've got to run a whole sample set. I've got I've got to put another piece in line. I got to find it. It's my sample line, but I don't know. I got to find it where it's somewhere. But yeah, this is get a notice for viewers. I don't know how that works. How does that work? Pin that. We'll see how that goes. Sure. I don't know if that looks stupid on the screen. Let me go look at that real quick and see how TikTok's spamming people. Let me reload this on my own thing real quick. I want to see how that video pops up, thing pops up real quick. How does it show up on my screen real quick? This is for mobile setup, so what's beneficial about this, let's go ahead and show you guys how this could work. So let's set it up right here. So you could set this up on whatever final output device you had, whether it was like transistors or whether it was pills or whether it was a mobile box, whatever it is. This would be for output right here, or excuse me, this would be for reflect right here. Actually, this being the output, this would be for output right here, and this would be for reflect right here. This right here would be for your what's called input reflect or input drive. Either one of those could be measured. So the way you would measure that is you could take, say, a 25 watt slug right here. Let me turn the camera over here real quick so you guys can see a little closer. I'll zoom out just a smidge, and you guys can already see just fine. So you can put, say, a 25 watt slug right here, and you can have it go back towards the transmitter, and that would be input reflect. You could have it go out towards the antenna, and that would be input drive. That's what that would be. Then you could put, say, a larger slug for your output. This would be going, say, this would be going out to the antenna. Let's just rotate it this way so it makes it simpler to understand. This would be out to antenna. This will be out to antenna, right? And then you could put, say, a smaller slug in line to measure your reflect. This is output reflect. This could be input drive or input reflect right there. And this is output power right there. You could also put a peak kit in line or something like this, or do an original bird peak kit and actually set this up for reading output peak. So peak, average, and carrier. So that's how that assembly, or how this whole setup could work. And the way this would work is you would have this remoted way over here in some far off position, and then you would just screw it in just like this. Seeing as I know this is the end meter, I'm going to go ahead and put this one right here on this position right here. And then I know this one's the very end meter, so I would take this one and run it, say, way over here, and run it to this one. And then I would take this one right here, that's the output, and it's got the peak kit in line on it, and I would run it over here. So this is how the sample line would work. This is remotable. You can put that wherever you want. You can put this wherever you want. Rather than having a meter you're stuck with, and this is my main coax that's moving around, and not just a sample line. This is confusing because it looks like my main coax, but this is sample line. It has 30 microamperes of power on it. So very, very, very low, a very low and very small signal on this. It's just a signal wire. I got a flash goal. What's a flash goal? Well, thanks for the flash goal, whatever that's supposed to mean. So that's what I'm going to actually do a whole video on. Talk about the pros and the cons. We're going to talk about the sample rate. We're going to talk about the refresh rate, like how often it refreshes. We're going to talk about the accuracy. We're going to talk about how you calibrate it and how that works. We're going to talk about all kinds of other stuff. But that's all part of it. Those are things we're going to learn as we get to talking into stuff like that. But this bird meter setup is complete. It's done. All you do is put a connector on each side, whatever you're going to put on there. He already has a single line section, so he's going to do it however he wants, but he's got his dual line section right here to do it. So this is all set up and it's all done. So, of course, they didn't get these slugs. The slugs go back over here. Anybody wants slugs, I sell them on the website. I've got all sorts of them. A bunch of HF slugs I've got. I don't have my other frequencies posted. Let's see, I got some half meg right there, 400 to 960, just under a gig right there. I've got some 100 to 250 meg right there. So I've got all kinds of stuff. I got your 2 meter and a bunch of stuff. But just to give you guys an example, that just shows you how the bird setup works. We'll be talking more about bird here over some time. You just got to give me a little bit to talk more about the bird. But this is all going to get packed up. I'm going to put it on a packing table real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get to work on some other projects. It'd be fun talking about birds some more, and I'm absolutely going to have a lot of fun here soon enough on that project. But not yet. Just give me a little bit longer. Let me finish these this other wire. A lot of guys really like me building 7/8 anyway, so I'll show you guys how to build this big coax. And let you see how it works. Alright, so I gotta get 1, 2, 3 coax connectors. So all I'm doing is wrapping up this coax real quick. It'll take me just a second to do. So I'm going to do that. I'll show you guys what it looks like after I wrapped it up. It's pretty easy to wrap. Coax is all wrapped. So now I got to put 2 zip ties on it. And this will be ready to ship out and go to its new owner. I'm sorry I didn't do a whole video on it. I was doing it in the middle of the night. I had to do some other stuff and get it done. I did it on a day I'm not normally live. And I did it super late at night, so I've been slacking on my lives. I've been getting some stuff done, but it was literally my birthday this past week, so give me a little bit of grace, and I'll be back at it soon enough. So there. Alright, so I gotta move these pieces over here, and this has got to get shipped today. So now, I will bring something else to your attention. Alright, any questions real quick? Awesome. Appreciate you, Loud Dog. Thanks for talking about it for sure. Alright, let's get this big old behemoth over here real quick. Oh, gosh. I also got some more inventory in. TikTok's about to get jerked all over the place. No, Facebook and YouTube. I don't know. Appreciate the opportunity, Luke, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to or not. I can listen to a situation and then talk to him about it from there. Problem with me, though, is just getting freaking freed up. It's a nightmare. Alright, so I don't know if I can do this or not. I think I'll just open it up. Let's just do this. So, I'll put this way over here, way out of the way. And then I'll zip tie this to here. That's what I'm going to do. Sorry, I got some big wire incoming, and I've got to do some work to get it over here. So give me just a second. We're about to be doing some of that. So, let me, I got to run a zip tie on this thing to get it held into place, because otherwise I'll be putting too much stress on the wire. All right, here we go. A little too long, let's make it shorter. All right, there we go. So I'm not going to be able to hold the camera at the same angle, so I'm going to turn the camera outward real quick, and you guys will see how that works. You guys on TikTok, yeah, outward like this. So I'll be working mostly over here, and yeah, you guys on Facebook can see most of it. Hey, 73 right back, waving a hand, man. All right, thank you guys for participating. Appreciate you guys on YouTube. Appreciate you guys on TikTok. Appreciate you guys on Facebook. I really wish that I could do you guys a little bit more justice and respond better, but I'm trying. I got to get to work really, and I can't get these comments up just yet because I'm trying to work with this freaking big behemoth wire. This is not the biggest wire that I work with, but it ain't small. Let's just say that much. Alright, so YouTube land. Yeah, thank you for hanging out for sure when you was hanging out earlier. Alright. Yeah, cool. I've caught up. I'm pretty much caught up on the comments. So what we're going to do now is build a 7/8 CIA. So I need to see how much of this flange I've got. It looks like I've got it pretty good. I actually cheated a little bit in this design, so this thing is actually already pretty close to ready. I think it's already ready. I'll see in just a second as soon as I cut this. So, got some parts right here. I don't know if you guys I think you guys can see. Can you guys see? Got some freaking filter on this stupid thing. I can't see nothing. Let's just look over there. That's TikTok right there. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yeah, now everybody can see. You can't see all my connectors, so I'll just pull them back a little closer. So, here's the connector that I'm going to be putting on here. It's a bolt-on connector, and that's what I'm going to be working with. 305, waving a hand. Hope you're doing well, man, for sure. All right. Let's grab some tools. I should have everything I need right here. I got my knife right here. I've got, I don't need that tool for this job. I'm going to need these two crescents right here. I think I can dip by with a smaller one. Let's see if I can or not. Nope, not quite. And nope, not quite. Let this go wide enough. Just barely. Like, oh, that's frustrating. Alright, both these are too small for this job, so I'll have to go up to these two right here. Of course, I could get the exact wrench that I need and blah, 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 but this is for you guys to be able to do this. Not buy a bunch of tools. I'm trying to, like, you can get a knife. Sure, you could get a hawkbill, but you could use a straight blade just the same. Paradykes we're not going to be using. You could use, I'll show you the rest of the tools in just a minute. Yeah, the rain's definitely been fun for sure. Not been the greatest. It's good for, it'll do legal limit. There you go. That's what it'll do. All right, so let's get to work. The way I do this is I measure basically from this point. There is an O-ring right here that I'm going to be dealing with. So that O-ring is going to hit in this base of this contact pin right here. So I just need to measure from here and down. So I get my little caliper, which is sitting I actually literally just cleaned up just a few minutes ago. And that's what I get for cleaning up. Right here. My whole shirt is yellow. Like, look at this shirt right here. It's like normal color. It's yellow right there on my daggum shirt. This is not the type of shirt that I should be wearing for work. But it is what it is. I'm going to keep some D-Win shirts out here is what I'm going to do. And whenever I get out here, I'm going to change into the D-Win shirt. I think that's the smartest decision. I just made that decision just now. So something like this should be fine. Cut it 23 mils. So we'll cut it back, see what it looks like, see if that'll work. If that'll work, I'll use that. If not, I'll cut a little further down right here. So if I go further down in this design, 23 mil, let's look and see what it would be like if I went down to here. If I lined it up right here, I still would not go over the edge of this inside of this connector, so I am fine. But I want to try this just because I'm always trying to improve on a design if possible. If it can be slightly better weather protected, then I will do whatever I can to make that happen. I've made a grave mistake, which is not a huge mistake by any means. It's just my pipe cutter I usually like to line up my connection with is sitting in a toolbox all the way up the hill, and you can guess I'm not going up the hill right now. So I've got to line this up on a couple different spots just to make sure I'm hitting this nice and centered. So that's what I'm going to shoot for. I like to use the other as a bit of a guide to make sure I'm staying straight. All this is going to be hidden up underneath the connection, so it really doesn't matter. But if I can help it, I will do what I can to keep it straight. Alright, now I'm using a bit of force, so what I'm going to do is I've got two of these, and I'm going to sharpen my blade a little bit. I don't know if the bullcrap sharpener I got will sharpen properly, but if I'm not complaining in a few seconds, no, it did pretty good. It's not the best sharpener, but it's good enough for what I'm doing. Definitely helped the cut of the blade. Now, if you're this big fancy knife sharpener and you know how to do this better than me, all power to you. I don't really care because I'm not trying to be a knife sharpener. So if I can get a tool to make it work, I'll do it. So let's take a look and see how this lines up. This is not distorted in any way. I want to see if this looks like it's going to line up. Now, if I was... Depends on how picky I get. I may end up having to... I don't think I will. We'll see. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Gotta be careful when you're using that. I want to see if this will even go down. If this gets stopped, then that defeats the purpose. So I won't be able to continue further until I cut this jacket further down. And that's what I'm about to check here in just a few seconds. They make a female end for 218. No, not that I'm aware of. They do make a barrel connector for 218. So I do actually have some 218 if anybody wants some. I showed the picture of some 218. I think I got some right here. I will explain to you guys why I don't really go for 218 that much, though. Kind of seems counterintuitive since I'm the one trying to sell you the 218, but I'm going to show you anyway. So this is 218. This is an LC connector. This is the type of connector this is going to have on it right there. It's designed to actually take this and use the center conductor right here, as the actual centerpiece of the coax. So it looks like that. So if I was to, I think I sold it, darn. I had an LC connector to show you guys, but whatever. Oh, I got one right here. This is an LC connector for 7/8. So I'm actually going to do one of these here soon. So I figured I might as well show you guys. So this is what a completed LC connector looks like when it's made for a different type of coax. So I'm going to pull this center conductor out real quick and let you guys see it. So this center conductor is the same size as this wire right here. So it's going to be the same hookup because it's got to hook up to the same female jack. So if you look at this center conductor right here versus the center conductor of 7/8, that's the reason I don't point guys 218 over 7/8. You can literally compare the center conductor, and if I actually just open this up just ever so slightly, because I need to do it anyway, move it back to its original shape, because I had it I cut it down just slightly to whenever I was cutting it, it flattened it out. But yeah, you can see how much play we have in that connector. You guys over here on Facebook can see it too, or TikTok can see it too. So that's how much play it is. This is the size, actually slightly smaller than the size of the wire, and that's the size of the center conductor. So 218 is nice. They do make a female connector for 218. If you wanted to get with me, I can get you a female barrel for some 218. I've gotten several in the past, so I am able to get a hold of those. I have a random piece. This is a mock-up that I was doing. This is what a female 218 connector looks like for LC. I'll talk more about that later. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it, guys. You guys are awesome. Not trying to get off subject too much, but this was for somebody who's asking questions. Alright. Copied the super foggy. Yeah, it's terrible. What's up, 454? Hope you're doing well, man. Zane, I am working on, this is 7/8 Heliax, is what this is right here. Guys, on... yeah, you guys got questions, y'all feel free to ask. I'll try to rotate between platforms and talk to you guys so you guys can see. Right now we've got kind of like a two-way street going on TikTok and Facebook, and you guys can see what's happening. And actually, some of you guys on Facebook and YouTube can see a little bit of what's happened on the screen of my computer when I swap the screen around. Alright, so let's get back to work. So we need to apply some more of this. I'll tell you guys something I've said before, and I'll keep saying it again. One of the absolute hardest things to do whenever you're working and trying to get stuff done is not always getting the work done. Sometimes, or at least for me, it's actually video and actually going live and getting everything prepped just so you guys can come hang out. All right, looks like I'm on the end of my O-ring right there. Yeah, I'm on my O-ring right there. So I need to go down to the next rung. So I gotta be careful when I'm doing this. If I slide my hand, it can cut me. That's why I keep my hand nice and flat on it. I have some gloves that I will be pulling out here in just a minute whenever it comes to reaming this connection out. But I gotta cut this one rung down. So let's go ahead and do it one more time. Alright. I messed around and turned the AC up. And that was dumb. I didn't figure I thought it was cold in here, surprisingly enough. And now here I am, done messed up, getting hot. If you're ever in doubt, start working before you do anything to the AC. So I'm just cutting this jacket off right here. Now, my job is to get into this connection right here. Absolutely, I hope it helped a little bit, Sinbad. Or Mr. Sinbad, I guess we'll say. Can't be getting the handle wrong. So we'll just keep rotating around with our knife, make sure it's cutting through. There's a couple spots always that doesn't completely go through because you don't want to be too aggressive with your cut anyway. So I'm going to slide this on. Whoops. Let me do this. There we go. And then from here, like that. That's how it sets up. So now I have to build an O-ring all the way around here, and this is where I'm going to slice my hand. Always try to do something to protect yourself. In my case, I'm just going to grab some gloves. I'm sure you could probably do something else. I own probably 10 pairs of gloves, if not plus. But right now, all I see is my mechanics wear ones real quick. I'll just use these because they're right here in front of me. It's easy enough. Mark bag, shut up. Thank you. Okay. Good thing I don't have touchscreen because I think these lose touchscreen capabilities, and I don't have to, luckily, use touchscreen right now. I can click YouTube. You guys on YouTube are awesome. I appreciate all you guys. If you guys got questions, please feel free to ask. I don't mind helping you guys. Sometimes YouTube just goes nuts. You guys get super questionable, and you guys other times just have literally, I don't know, no questions. But thank you guys on TikTok, thank you guys on Facebook, but absolutely thank you guys on YouTube for hanging out. So, to show you guys how this works, all we're doing is creating our spacing, or excuse me, our flare. Go into the dielectric, and we're just taking the shield and running it out. If I was this rough with my hand right there, without gloves on, I would cut my hand in a heartbeat. So do not do this without gloves if you're going to copy exactly what I'm doing. Now, if you got a safer way to do it without gloves, all power to you. Do it. Don't hurt my feelings, though. You're not bothering me. Alright. So now, all we're doing going all the way around this connection. I don't care what it is. You can use, I've got a dead blow over here. I can use my dead blow. You can use a smaller little brass mallet. You can use, I don't know what else you can use. Technically a piece of metal you can use. You can use the backside of a wrench or something like that. This one's going to be extra shaky, but in general you can see what it does. Whatever. Anything you want. I don't really care what you use. The biggest key now this small edge over here, it's kind of catching on my finger. I might have to cut it off, I might not, we'll see. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. This right here, I absolutely need to put some dielectric on. I'm doing this without my gloves. I've actually finished the real scary part. So I really don't need the gloves for the rest of this work, so I'll just pull them off. So, it's over here, put that up there. Now here comes the fun. Technically, I could be done right here. Like this could be a finished product. I don't have to do nothing else. I could put this bullet in right here, and that would be finished. Of course, it would have to line up straight and all that good stuff, but that's all that matters. I am a little bit extra, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to solder the back side of this contact in, just because I can. But it holds in pretty tight. You can see it's pretty stout. So anybody who wants to, holy crap, that's great. I might have to daggum wiggle it out. Jeez. Okay. The finger was holding it good. Alright, so, but yeah, that just shows you how that holds in. It does a good job. So. Alright, so. Alright, let's get to work. So I'm going to show you guys how this works next. So I have to have a special jig to do this. So I grab this right here. Throw that right there. And then, you guys have figured it out already by now. Water is your friend for this job. So I need some more water. I think I have a whole other bottle over there. Give me just a second. Let me go grab it. And let's get to work. This is what happens when you go to an airport in Los Angeles. They make you get aluminum bottles. Aluminum is supposed to be safer than plastic because it's not leaching microplastics in you, but yet it can leach aluminum in you. That's dumb. But whatever. We'll talk about that stuff later. That is not a subject for discussion on RS Supply. So, for you guys to see what happens next, we're going to add a little bit of heat. I need to move this flip over here. Alright, let's get a little closer real quick. I'll do a single one so I can get a little bit more precise in what I'm doing. And unfortunately, my little igniter failed on me the other day, so now I gotta rough it, guys. I gotta hand ignite or manually ignite. Also, don't forget to put your heat shrink on. I almost did, so I'm going to grab that and throw it on now so I don't have to do it later. YouTube, you got questions, y'all feel free to ask. Anybody wants to know, just say, hey, what are you doing? Bad position for me to be in right now. Alright, I made a mistake, and my mistake is this. It's pretty simple. One, I have the wrong iron on the end of my soldering iron, so I'm going to change that real quick. Watch what you're doing and be careful. Stuff is still hot, so could burn you if you don't watch what you're doing. I've done it for long enough. I'm not really extremely concerned about burning myself. This mat can handle a lot of heat. If anybody wants to order this mat from me, I sell it on my website. Not that I really care to self-plug like that, but I do have it on there. I think I have it on the website. I don't know. I know I made it for an invoice for a guy. So let's flip this booger over. But these mats are cool as crap. I just put a 700 degree tip on it and it didn't flinch. Well, technically 600 right now. Restart that booger. So now this end is what I'm going to be working on. I think you guys can see it on Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, we're good. I just bumped my foot on accident. You guys on YouTube feel like it? Please subscribe. I do appreciate it. It's been I don't typically ask, but it's if you like the content, definitely do so. It's like one of those things that I guess on YouTube you don't really see a lot of growth and change on YouTube unless you kind of ask for it. I don't know, I've had a bunch of you people on TikTok and stuff. We had like 1 million views over Easter weekend. And then Facebook, they're at 500,000 right now. YouTube's cool, and it's definitely, I got probably, I don't know, 150,000 or so views of the entirety of my YouTube. But then again, that's to be expected when you don't have a lot of people on there. But I do appreciate you guys checking it out. This is 7/8 Heliax, if you guys would like to know what that is. If you want to see how it works. I'm going to zoom in real quick, I guess, so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm doing. So we're adding heat right here. We're about to take this torch and put it on this right here. And you guys will see how that works. So, what's up? 178, high voltage. Hope you're doing well, man. TikTok. You guys ain't saying nothing else, so I appreciate you guys hanging out at least. Thank you for all the likes on TikTok. Hey, high voltage, you missed it. I actually did. You need to watch the beginning part of this video. It's complete and getting packed up. Everything he's doing. So I don't know who the heck's messaging me, but we'll talk to him later. Hey, congrats on the gifter badge there, Timothy. Thanks for watching. I don't really know much about the gift and stuff on TikTok, but I appreciate all the likes. I appreciate you guys watching. I don't really need you guys to send me anything that costs you money. I don't need that part, so I do appreciate it, but it is not necessary at all. I don't want to feel like I took anything from anybody that I didn't deserve. So it's whatever you do, like I said, if it costs you money, don't do it, please. Alright, unless you just feel it to be necessary. But it's not something that's required by any means. But definitely like it, share it, and subscribe. I do appreciate that for sure. Not that I don't appreciate gifts, but it's just not one of those things. I feel like if your content's doing good and doing well, then you shouldn't need to ask for anything that costs somebody money. Their view itself should be worth the money. So that's the way I see it for me. If anything, I'm just glad more people are able to see these videos. I appreciate the ton of people on YouTube watching right now, and some regulars on Facebook and TikTok checking it out. Some more extras hopping in on TikTok than normal. But I appreciate all you guys. So here comes the moment of truth. Now I got a few more of these to do after, but I say moment of truth because this is pretty difficult right here, what I'm about to do. Let's do this. Give me just a second. Let me add some more solder on here, just because I want to. It don't really matter if I quenched it, but that's funny. Alright, gotta get it nice and warm again. You guys can see. Needed to hear. Sweet. Actually worked out literally about perfect. Lining that up. Line these threads up. Yes. Best case scenario right there. I've had several more that didn't go quite as smooth. So this is just me being extra with that connector. It doesn't have to have that center conductor soldered, but I like to do it just because it's works out. It's a lot more strong on the connection. Give me just a second. I gotta throw a little bit more grease on this. I'm trying to be fast with this, but you can't be fast and inefficient at the same time. You gotta all done, all in one. Can't just have some things work. Everything's got to be right. Stop it. Mainly my OCD. It still has an effect. Stop it. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. I need that O-ring to seal properly, so that's why I'm doing that. Now, technically, it was probably still sealed that way, but it was just a bit more risk. So I don't like the risk factor. Okay, that center bullet's got to line up. There we go. So now, here's the scariest part. Try to pull it off. If you can pull it off, then you didn't put it on there good enough. Absolutely try to pull it off. If you Don't try to pull it off. There's no point. Because the whole goal is it holds up to weather and any sort of other situation. Kill that so I can see it. Alright, let me go over to TikTok and see what you guys have to say. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the likes, man. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the likes. I don't know if Facebook has likes and stuff like TikTok does, but it's pretty cool. If you're just spamming the like button, who cares? I appreciate it. if it's a bunch of you guys liking it, I appreciate all you guys too. Because you guys liking and commenting on the videos is what gets these videos to other people. Now, I'm sure there's some algorithm that has to do with a bunch of other stuff that nobody knows, but I do know that engagement, you guys liking the videos, you guys watching the video, and you guys taking part in here, that's literally what makes other people see this. So thanks YouTube, thank you Facebook, and thank you TikTok. I appreciate all you guys. I'm still doing more. I just wanted to make sure that I expressed my gratitude, because it's not, without you guys watching, I would not be making these videos. I'd still be doing the work. I'd still be over here playing some music in the background and getting some stuff done. But I would not make these videos. I would not have this content for people to see. I wouldn't be doing the tutorial stuff that I do. So, thank you. I'm going to go ahead and do one more end real quick on this wire right over here. Actually, I might do 2 more ends. I don't know. What time is it now? I'll do 1 more end. You guys got questions while you're waiting, y'all feel free to pop them out there, please. I appreciate your questions because, again, I have no clue what you guys know and don't know. If you guys don't ask nothing, then I can't answer nothing. So this is another piece of 7/8 right here, on here. And now, to be honest, I'm actually, oops, sorry, Facebook and YouTube. You're going to look and see which camera that is. So apologize. So, the very end of the wire is what you got to straighten out. And that's what she looks like right there. So now I need to grab another end. This is for when you're connecting the ends together, so I can leave it in the baggie for now. I don't need to put it and keep it out right now. But we'll go over this slowly and talk about it again. Let you guys see how it's done, and talk about it today. Oh, I got a bunch of messages on TikTok. I'm sorry. Jeez. Okay. What's up, Sam? Thanks for the rose mic. Thanks for the crown heart, whatever it is, gumbo burger. Appreciate you. Thanks for sharing it. Wildcat waving a hand. Hello, DR. Copy to watching me and learning new tricks. That's awesome. Copy to watching. Rock 223. Exactly what this antenna cable. This is 7/8 Heliax. It's used commonly in telecom. It's used commonly in broadcast. It had been used on the T-Mobile and AT&T and Verizon sites, but they swapped over to waving a hand from Chile. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Chris. Hope you're doing well. Let's see if I got questions on YouTube. No questions on YouTube. You guys still haven't asked me anything. I know when you guys start asking, there's a bunch of you guys going there. Yes, this is RF coaxial. It's used for transferring signals up to tower sites up on the side of a mountain or any sort of big tower you see around. It's typically got something like this run on it. This is very, very common for the big towers because it has very low, what's called attenuation. So that means the amount of power it loses over a given length is significantly smaller than, say, even this fancy looking cable over here. Oh, this cable is double braided, it's Teflon on the center conductor, it's FEP, fluorinated ethylene propylene on the jacket, it's very high temperature rated, it's used in aircraft, it's used in aerospace stuff, it's used to go through like very It's got a very low friction coefficient, goes through very small spaces, but it has a lot of loss. So this cable over the same given length, even with the same power running through it, this cable right here would lose tremendously versus this one. But each one has their own intended application. Now, this cable, you're not going to be running an application where you need to make a loop that small. It's just not possible. So there's a reason and a purpose for every coax. But yeah. Uh-oh, I lost my TikTok. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, TikTok. No. My bad. My TikTok got kicked. Okay, back to YouTube and Facebook. So let me reload the video right there. Oh, that's cool. Play a video. Alright, we're good. So dang, I feel sorry for TikTok, man. Those poor guys. Alright, YouTube, you guys gonna hold out for me just for a second so I can apologize to TikTok? Let me do this real quick. Oh man, that sucks. And I have to type in a little code to apologize, not to apologize, but to do something. Sorry about that, TikTok. I did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to kill the video, but working on some 7/8s, doing some EIA flanges on this stuff. I got to get some more done, but I'm going to bed here shortly. So appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you. Ended too soon. Sorry. Yeah, that sucks. Whatever. So I apologize to TikTok real quick, so now I can get back to work. So I hope you guys on YouTube and Facebook would understand my apology. Oh Lord. Whatever. So yeah, there's a little security question. If you're on TikTok for more than like I think an hour, it pops up a security question and then it kills your live. So yeah, that was that was pretty unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. So anybody who hops in on YouTube and Facebook from TikTok, yeah, copy that, Louis. Yeah, I apologize for that. I made an apology video. I didn't click their stupid security code, so it pops up like a little puzzle you have to pass. And that puzzle is, let me put my Bluetooth down here since I'm not on TikTok. But it pops up a little video. You have to do a stupid little puzzle to prove that you're there making a video, blah, 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 blah. And needless to say, when I'm working like this and doing this stuff, I'm not doing puzzles like that because I'm working. It's part of the video, but unfortunately, TikTok is not tailored to me and what I do. Let me kill this fan down here so it gets a little quieter. And let me kill this other fan so it gets even quieter than that. Now you guys might be able to hear me talk a little bit better. I'm not killing the last fan because that's the AC. We're gonna have to ride or die with that one. We're not doing that. But yeah, we had Chili hop in there earlier on TikTok. I know I got a bunch of people on YouTube. If you guys would let me know where you're out of, that'd be pretty cool. I could give you a shout out and say hello. But I appreciate the views nonetheless. Whoever you are, wherever you're out of, you guys are cool with me. Facebook. I appreciate you 454, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so now we got to get up underneath here. Pull that. And if I didn't cut deep enough, what's going to happen is it won't rip off. So we'll see. I cut deep enough. I did what I was supposed to do. So now from here, we need to get our O-ring right here. I appreciate you swapping over to Facebook for sure. Yeah, I've had like 100 people on YouTube for like, I don't know how long. I got like 90 of them now. YouTube is cool, but I think YouTube is probably one of the quietest platforms I have. Sometimes you'll get like 1 or 2 people that just say a bunch of stuff and will comment, and I'll get to talk back to them and stuff. Other times, guys just like hanging out and seeing what's going on. Thanks for the views nonetheless. I appreciate you. I hope you enjoy the videos, and I hope I'm doing something to keep you interested. So I've got to, the safe way to go about this is to stretch that over like that. That's the safest way to do that. One way not to cut myself, and another way to actually get the wire done. There we go. Slide that up there. Da-da-da-da. O-ring's on, seal's there, so I need to redo this O-ring real quick and get it ready because it was a pain in the neck a while ago to work with. So we'll get some material. Go around here. Again, this is the dangerous situation, so clean the junk off my hands, throw my gloves on, and we'll get that stuff done. What's up, 615? Can't get right. I hope you're doing well, man. Definitely glad you hopped in and said hello. Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of stuff about you. You said something to somebody about doing some stuff. I'm not, of course, not going to be spreading your business on a live out here, but definitely glad you hopped back in for sure. I know you got some stuff personal. Everybody's got their own personal stuff going on, so appreciate you making the time for me today. We're working on some 7/8 right here. Alright, we're building our flange all the way around. This is 7/8 Heliax for the guys that don't know. Anybody that's confused, this is communications cable. It's normally used on like cell phone towers and things like that. It can be used in many other applications, but just in general, that's just something simple for guys to picture so you guys know what we're working with. So let's finish this end up and get to work. So I need to kill TikTok real quick so I'm not getting some weird stream on my thing. It'll put you back on those streams you look at, and I didn't even look at that stream. It just kicked me off my own live, so it put me into that stream. Alright, so this is on, this is flared out. I don't really have to worry about hitting this flange down. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm going to work on building this up now. So now gloves can come off, and not in the fighting sense, just the let's get some more intricate work done sense. I'm going to pull this over here so you guys can see what's going on. It's good enough, that's fine. So my piezo electric igniter failed on this stupid thing. So now I have to manually heat it up. I'm going to get up underneath this just a little bit more just because I can do that and it's my stuff to do it with. Alright, that is prepared and ready. This is far from prepared and ready. It's not even remotely ready. Hey, thanks for the subscription on YouTube. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I don't always get to see you guys subscribe, so I do appreciate the guys that did. You guys are cool. I appreciate you checking out the video. Hope you like it. Hope it's interesting to you. So we can zoom in real quick if you guys like that. See if that's any better on the camera. I don't know if that's a good view. I can't see right now. Yeah, that's a pretty good view. So let's go over, down. I'm working on the slow, like backed up video. So yeah, it's not bad. A little over a little bit further and down. Now you guys can see what we're doing. I like to try to zoom in the videos like this when I can, if possible. You guys can see yourself on YouTube right there, and then Facebook guys. Oh, is that YouTube? Yeah, that's Facebook. Facebook's not clicking. Yeah, Facebook guys, you can see yourself right there. Back to YouTube. Let's heat this booger up. So I gotta get this preheated right here. Probably a bit longer. So what will happen is I'll see the solder wick in, which I just did right there. And then I'll hit it in a different spot right here. We're nice and warm. So now is the moment of truth. This is for all the marbles right here. This is the I can start over if I have to, but it's a lot harder. Yeah, exactly what I wanted to hear. Best case scenario. Whoop, whoop. So now I have to line this back up straight. Cool thing is I don't have to do that right now. I can do that after I do this part. So you guys that get confused, it's not a critical aspect of this exact moment. Move that out of my way so I don't bump all this water over on my lap. We'll get a little bit more, where did I put it? Right here. Stuff a little bit more grease in there. We just need that O-ring to go on without a hitch. Alright, I think it's going to go on. You guys will see in just a moment, just like I will. If I'm saying "oh man" in just a few seconds, then you'll know that it didn't go well. I am not saying "oh man." That's awesome. Everything works extremely well. So now I've got to go ahead and get my bullet out of here. Pull it out, line it up while it's still warm. I can do it better if I got a grip on it. So Sorry, it's a weird spot. Hang on. It's close, but no cigar. Let me line this up. Yes! Alright, now we're done. Tighten this up. I can't do it right there. Gotta do it right here. Ta-da! Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and test this one since I'm a little bit less sure of this one than I was the other ones. So what I can do, just to maintain, because I've got the tools, I've got the equipment, I've got the parts, and this is the last one I'm going to be doing today, I'll show you guys how this works anyway. So if I'm ever unsure how something's going to line up, what I'll do is just mock it up. So I gotta make sure that it seats all the way through. And then what I'm gonna do on this, yeah. So now it's set up for the O-ring. Everything should be lining up. It looks pretty. I wish I can pull this off, I guess. Maybe I can see a little better if I do that. Yes, it lines up just fine. O-ring will go on right here. Let me just show you guys. I'll let you see it anyway, since it's right here and I've got this much in to do anyway. So you'll take this O-ring. You want to kind of get the O-ring set. Maybe, yeah, it's perfect. Cool, we're in a good shot. And to make sure I'm still in the shot on the video, it's hard to do sometimes. Oh my God. When you get a lot of people in one group, you always get something. Just part of it. I do not get some of you guys, but hey, that's why there's such a diverse world out there. There's all sorts of people. All sorts of opinions, all sorts of thoughts, all sorts of things that people think is cool. So, oh, you got a lot of you guys that watched on YouTube and really mainly TikTok and Facebook. It saw that video of the key down and didn't know what the heck you're looking at. So they're like, yeah, these are the guys that were in band class. I'm like, okay. Some of these guys are RF engineers. Some of these guys work for your oil and gas companies. Some of these guys deal with telecom and tower climbing. But yeah, they were in band class in high school. Beats all I've ever seen sometimes. Not saying there's anything wrong with that. I don't care. You can be in whatever you want to be in. So let's grab a 10 mil. I need that real quick. Where's it at? This is not going to be the right size, I don't think. Is it the right size? It is the 10 mil. Okay, cool. Throw it on the drill. Pull this one off. That's not what I was looking to do, but whatever. Sling it on the ground, why don't I? Alright, so this is how she locks up. This will be another end of a coax right here. I can put a super small It's 10mm, but I don't have a 10mm just sitting right here, so I can put something on the back side of this. Oh man, come on. That's how it locks down. There is a nice big O-ring in the middle of that locks it all into place. That's how these connectors connect together. This has a coax on the other end of this. I could also have put what's called a split feed on this end, and that would have had a braid to do what's called a direct feed connection. But yeah, that's how it looks. That's how it connects together. I just needed to make sure that bonded up and tightened up properly, just to make sure that I didn't have to redo this. It is in good shape, working just fine. It's just a little bit more of a stingy bullet. Alrighty then. So that is how you do what's called a 7/8 EIA on a 7/8 Heliax coax. That's how it's set up. That's how you put it on there. I've got to grab my 10mm again. Pull this last one off. What is up with you guys on YouTube, man? Jeez. You guys are awesome. Thanks. Thanks for hanging out. If you guys like the video, please subscribe. Check out more of my stuff. See what I do. I do these videos all the time. So if you feel like it, like the video. Subscribe if you feel like it. Again, you're more than welcome. I gotta do some heat shrink on this. But it would be nice to get all you guys follow me on YouTube. Then you guys would catch up with Facebook and TikTok. Hey, thanks for liking the video. Hey Georgie, hope you're doing well. Thanks for saying hello. I'm paying attention to you guys. You guys might not be talking to me, but I'm talking to y'all. Yeah. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribes. If you guys did, thanks for the guys that are just watching. I appreciate you all on YouTube. Since all you guys are hanging out on YouTube, I might as well. If you guys would like to see another wire, and me do something else, please like the video, and I'll go ahead and stick around and do another a wire for you guys. Facebook guys, appreciate you guys too. Be in at about 3 a.m. Coming to 3 a.m. Look, I can't be neglecting 148 people on YouTube. I got to do a video. So give me just a second. I'll do I'll do another wire real quick for YouTube, and then I will be done here shortly. It's not going to take very long for this next video. So let me zoom out just for a second on YouTube so you guys can see what's going on. Oh, you guys can see. Hey, Timber, hope you're doing well, man. But I had a diet pole that I usually use recently. We measured out the radials and it would not dip an SWR anywhere. Coax got swept and turned out fine. I didn't catch your question real quick, Timber, but that's pretty cool. You got it together. Let me grab this coax real quick. This coax is a little bit different. It's not quite as big as the other one. But if you guys on YouTube would like to see it, if you're sticking around, then we'll show you this wire right here. So I've got to do an end on it. So let me set it right there. Move this over here. my water jug. Now, if you guys just bail on me on YouTube, I'll just go ahead and we'll call it today. And I'll just end your out. But if you guys would like to see another coax, I'll show you guys one. Let me grab some ends and I'll get them done. One and two. You guys can't really see this. Sorry, I gotta look at the customer's information, so you guys can't look at that real quick. So let me look at the customer's information and then we go. Okay, cool. I know what we're doing. But Timber, I hope you're doing well, man. I appreciate you hanging out. This is what's called a 7/16 DIN connector right here. This is what we're going to be in the line of the camera somewhere. See what's going on. Yeah, don't be getting me in trouble, guys. Alright, so I can't be neglecting 120 people on YouTube. It's just, that's the crime to humanity here. It's been a while since my YouTube has went like this, so I do appreciate you guys watching. I'll show you guys some really cool wire here in just a few seconds. Let me cut this end out real quick and pull it together. I hope you guys think it's cool. If you guys are liking the video, enough of you guys are liking somewhat. I do appreciate the likes. Thank you guys. Thanks for, I don't know if anybody else subscribed. It kind of tells me somewhat. I do appreciate the 2 peas in a pod that subscribed earlier. And whoever else subscribed, I'll try to give you a shout out if it gives me a notification and tells me you followed. Or subscribe to me. Alright, so let's pull this end up right here. Oh, goodness. Let's pick this up right here. And like that. So, I normally, with wire like this, I'll rest it on my leg. Right in here. And then we'll straighten out that end right there. And we'll get to work. You guys should be able to see pretty good. I was asking if you had any idea why the coax tested out fine and the radials were measured on a dipole. It wouldn't dip SWR. Always swept with an analyzer at 3 gigahertz, so nothing, no dips flat. No dips flat. Alright, so if you can't get it resonant, it's generally what's called a feed point issue most of the time. So something is going on with, you have to isolate the elements. Also, you may not hit resonance because your length may be a bit off. You also could have what's called near field ground interference. That's another thing that could affect you. Alright, so what I'm going to do right here is we have ridges on this. We measure the ridges, right? So what we're going to do is get this. I'm only going to be able to do one of these ends. I can't do both of them because you guys are going to get me in the doghouse if I do both of them. So I need a caliper. There it is. This is your favorite tool. It's a caliper. It's like $20-something, $30-something at Home Depot or wherever your nearest hardware store is. It will absolutely pay back dividends. That's in a pretty good spot. I don't mind that at all. I think it should be alright. Alright, so I don't think I'm going to mind this. So I'm going to cut this back. If you look in the manual, it will give you a little diagram, installation notes per se. If you guys like the videos, please feel free to like it. If you like this kind of stuff, then feel free to subscribe. This is a type of coax that's used on broadcast towers a lot. But yeah, it tells you how far to cut back, tells you some tools you can use. You can get these fancy drill tools. I got them over there. I can show you how they work. But they're about $380, so it doesn't make sense for me to show you a video of me just doing this stuff in 30 seconds flat. The whole point of me doing it is so you guys can learn. So, yeah, let's go forward. Cut back 40 mil. We want to use, actually, we don't want 40 mil. We want 33 mil, and then we want our center conductor, which is going to be, should be 7 mil. Yep, 7 mil. 33 mil and 7 mil total. So we're going to cut back 33 millimeters on this design. It is different for every coax, so please do not ask me how far to cut it back. It changes. It depends on which one you buy. If you buy coax from me, I will absolutely send you the paperwork to go along with it, and also have most likely made a video in the past to show you how to build it. So you can use my video. 3-point diminishing of balance So some dipoles will have what's called a feed point impedance that is separate from what you would normally expect. So you may have to do like a 4-to-1 balun on it. So you need to look and see what feed point impedance is supposed to be for the balun you're using, or for the dipole you're using in building. Also, a lot of off-center fed dipoles instead of an actual center fed are different. Dipoles generally have a feed point impedance of around, I think it's what, 36 ohms, 39 ohms, something like that. But just, you need to model it and figure out what impedance is supposed to be, so you can figure out if you need a matching network or some sort of impedance transformer, which would be a 4-to-1 balun or something along those lines. I can get that out of my way actually now that it's there. You guys are seeing like a portal inside of a portal. You can see yourself. Alright, so yeah, thanks for the like. Appreciate that. If anybody else feel free to like the live. I do appreciate that on YouTube and on Facebook. Let me get back over to Facebook before I get in trouble, because I got people over there hanging out too. What's up? How you doing? Todd, hope you're doing well, man. What's up, Cletus? Hope you're doing well. Alright, sweet. So we just got to cut the rest of this jacket right here. This is 1/2 inch hardline. This particular coax is going to Hawaii. The other connector back there is going to California. I think the furthest I've shipped to so far, currently at this moment in time, is New Zealand. I've had some guys in Saudi Arabia wanting to order some wire on TikTok. I have not yet crossed that bridge, that threshold of shipping to, I mean, I guess New Zealand, I guess I did cross that threshold, to be honest. But still, it's always a thought when you're shipping like that. Alright, that's the wonderful thing about having the RF supply. The RF supply that I have is center fed, came out to 28 ohms, oddly enough. The plug was came and had a bit head scratch through when the coax was shorted. There we go, visible short, and resistance shows open on the multimeter. So also there could be an open. You could have only, if it showed 28 ohms, it came out at 28 ohms. If it showed 28 ohms, you should have had 1.5 or so. So you should see some sort of SWR. You may grab a different analyzer and double check and see if it's that's the case. Because if you got 28 ohms, you should have an SWR. Because all SWR is a measure of your feed, your line to load impedance. It's just the mismatch between the two. So there's no nothing super special about that whole design in general. Let me run this. Oh man, this is gonna be kind of hard to get off. So I put this on just a little bit too early. I've got to do something very specific that I literally just neglected a few seconds ago. So let me slide this up here. There we go, I got it off. Let me grab the spring, it fell underneath me. That pick came in handy. I would have had to make an old man noise if I would have leaned over too far. So, we need 7 mil knocked off, because we didn't do that just yet, because we're in 7/8 mode and it's not gonna cut it back to 9. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, for sure. No, I don't mind. That's the cool thing about these lives. I can answer oddball questions. At some point in time, I may not be able to answer oddballs. But, hey, there's a bunch of you that was hanging out on YouTube a while ago, so I appreciate you guys anyway. Oh, well, still doing it. Never mind, I'm sorry. 129 of you still. You guys are popping off on YouTube. Appreciate you. Hope you guys like what you're seeing. 176 guys on here. I wish it would show me like on TikTok so I could say hello to everybody, top 10, who all's out there. But it doesn't, so unfortunately I can just see the big surge of you hopping in trying to figure out what the heck this guy's doing. I'm not trying to be secretive. All I want you to do is ask me a question and then I will answer it, just like Timber's hopping on here and asking. So if you guys would like to know, if you want to know what the heck I'm doing, what I'm building, why I'm building it, what I'm building it for, just ask. Put a comment out there and I will try to respond to you. I don't think people realize how much power they have in questions and commenting on here. Buy a Suburban so I can run more power. Put truck down, or I've seen it somewhere. You can clear it out, but definitely it's going to be a lot easier with a Suburban. I'll just say it that way. You could do it in a mobile. We've done significantly larger for sure with no problems. But yeah, RF mitigation is fun. All right, that is nice and lubricated. Should be good. I might have to cut this down one more rung. We'll see in a minute. Let's get my knife going. I don't know what happens to these likes, but I do appreciate you guys liking the live. I appreciate you guys following. If you like the content, if you guys just want to check out what's going on, feel free to, like I said, ask me. I'm building some, I'll explain as much as I can, but maybe I might not answer the question you want answered. This is half-inch hardline. It is used commonly in broadcast and in telecom. It is a type of coaxial cable. It transfers signal from point A to point B. And if you, I don't know, want to know attenuation or other fancy numbers, then I can tell you those too if you would like to know. So let's chop this figure right here. I got to shorten this up because the center conductor calls for it to be around 7 mil, so I don't need it to be that long. Oh, sorry, bumping you guys. Let me turn you guys, I think, back over there a little bit. Yeah, there we go. It's fine. Hey, I got one more like. Thanks for the like, whoever you are. Out of 184 of you, thanks for it, man. Alright, so this is, like I said, Heliax cable. This is what I'm working on right now. I've got to slide this on after I put this body on right here. Now, I'm going to really complain here in a second if this don't work, because I would have had to strip this jacket back just a little bit more, and I'm being hair zealous for this job to go ahead and get it done. This is I'm gonna do it. I'll just risk it for the biscuit. There's a lot of signs telling me I don't need to be doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. I think I got away with it. So we got to flare this connection out right here. Now I don't have to have gloves on this one because my hand is not way down inside of there risking getting itself cut. I forgot I only got one camera angle. I don't have to worry about TikTok no more. So I will angle over here for you guys to see a little better. Alright, I've got to get a rounder piece because I'm going too deep with this connection, and I've got to get something in here that's got a little bit of a rounder edge than what I'm currently using right now, so that I can make this the shape that I want to make it. A pair of pliers will do it, but I think that's a little too wide. I gotta have something smaller. Let's try. Let's see if the back side of this, that's too wide. Won't work. Small rounded metal piece. It's right here, maybe. Not really. I've got a. So the way I get this dielectric out is I just reach in there and pull it out, just like that. Reach in there and pull some more out right there. Pull some more out right there. And just go around where this shield is and make sure that this flared connection is going to make good contact on the body of this connector I'm about to put on here. Get off my finger. Alright. Question: do I ever get on the ear and have a call sign? The hand bands. I have a few radios. If you want to take a look real quick, this is a little bit of my collection. Of course, I got test equipment. I got Apache Labs. I got some free band stuff, and then I've got the my TS950 SDX. But yeah, that's some of the stuff I have right now. But no, I don't really get on there and talk too much. I'm mainly a supply house. Alright, so I did go forward back about 10, 12 years ago and go at getting my I went ahead and just went all the way through the practice stuff. Went all the way through to extra and had everything in extra except for what you can do on each individual band, like the policing aspect. I had the RF theory pretty well correct all throughout, and it was the 400 question one, the practice one. I forgot where it was at, but I just never followed through with it because I had a couple weird situations with people, with me being a supply house, with me being a company. Station location is kind of a big thing for me because if anybody looks me up on my call sign, then I got people bugging me all hours of the night to try to get stuff done, and I never got into that. It's just too much, especially having a family and kids and things like that. It's just, I wasn't willing to do that. So no, I never went that direction, even though I actually kind of did, to be honest, because I went through all the practice stuff, but I never followed through with it. So I need to get a knife right here. That's the nature of the beast. If you're an auto mechanic, sometimes, depending on what type of auto mechanic you are, you're either going to have a private shop or you're going to not go to the I guess the local oil change place. Let's just say it that way. Alright. Let's fix this O-ring right here. I may do it eventually. Whenever I like if my RF supply expands and then I move my RF supply. Like my RF supply, it's not a small shop now. I think we got, oh, what the heck is that? Was it 5,000 or so square foot to work with here? I'm only utilizing about, I mean, I'm full as can be, and I'm not utilizing all of it at the moment. All right. Hope you guys are liking the live. Hope you guys are liking what we're doing here. Again, these videos are for you guys. Okay. So this right here. Let's try it. See if we can get it off. It is holding. It did what it's supposed to do. So that's what that looks like. This is a 7/16 DIN connector on some 1/2 inch hardline. I do appreciate all you guys watching. If you guys liked it, please like the video. Please subscribe, and you can see more videos like this. If you guys didn't, I appreciate you watching nonetheless. Your views are appreciated. I have to call it a night. This is the end for me. I will be back. What is today? Thursday? I'll be back Monday, and I'll be doing some more videos and doing some more work, and we will get into some really cool bird stuff here pretty soon. So catch you guys later. You'll have a good one. I mean, there's a ton of you guys, 131 guys. I'm sorry. Let's go up here and say goodbye. See you guys later. Appreciate you watching the live. Thanks for hanging out, guys. So we've got more stuff back behind me, a whole mess back there, so on and so forth. I got more stuff to clean up here. But if you guys want anything, we got all kinds of stuff you can get over here. So bird galore, all kinds of stuff there, all kinds of stuff there. We got 7/8 over here, a bunch of bird meters right here, some RG218 over there. I don't remember what else to show you guys, but I got all kinds of stuff in the other room. Some other stuff is going to be coming up soon. More bird stuff over there. I got a I guess I'll show you guys some cool stuff. Might as well. My shop's a mess. Please forgive me. But we'll show you guys anyway. So this is a really cool thing right here. Anybody want this? It is a 3CW 20000A7. That is a really cool device for guys who know what that is. I got a Henry 2K right there. Maritron AL82 over there. I've got another. What is this one? 4CX 10000 right there. So 4CX 10000. Transformer right there. Another transformer right there. Another transformer right there. I got some braided wire right there, some high voltage wire right there, socket, another socket, another socket, another socket, another socket, another socket, and some chimneys. Some high voltage connectors right here. Those things are really cool. Some smaller high voltage connectors right there. I got all kinds of stuff, guys. So figured I'd show you guys a few goodies while I'm here. Bird dummy load right here. That's a bird one right there. Another bird dummy load right there. And let's not show you guys my gigantic mess. Let's show you guys a really big bird dummy load right there. You guys can't quite see it. It got ripped right at the perfect spot, but that's an 80,000 watt dummy load. But yeah, that's some goodies to show you. I got probably 50 something kilowatts worth of batteries. 3CX 1200 I'm not selling. There's a 3CX 3000 down there. I got some chimneys over there. Some 3-1000, some 3500Zs, some 4-1000. That's a 3-1000 right there. Some 4-1000s. Some 3CX 800s. More coax over there. Again, more coax right here. More transformers over there. We are an RF supply company. These are all broadcast boom stands right here. Just like this boom stand right there. I have a bunch of those. Of course, that's my split feeds. That's my RG400 and stuff. Fancy bird meters, digital bird, other bird and stuff like that. So, see ya. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys checking it out. Showed you guys a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot I got more bird stuff up here. Here's a fancy bird one for you right there. There's a double line section, double meter movement, forward and reflect bird meter. All right, see y'all. Y'all have a good evening. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate you guys checking out the live. And there's the bench. All right, I'm out.